Moore, Renee O'Donnell, Brian Carlisle, Lucille Cindy DeBeck, and Cindy Grant. Any public comment? Nope. Okay, no public comment. Let's go on to the warrants. So warrants, AP warrant number 19 for $4,713.01. AP warrant number 20 for $38,894.27. PY warrant number 21 for $11,628.94. AP warrant number 22 for $5,846.00. AP warrant number 23 for $23,404.11. And PY warrant number 24 for $5,338.84. I'll make a motion to accept the warrants as read.
Second.
Second, all in favor, 3-0. Abatements and supplementals.
Pen report.
Yes.
We have a correction
Okay.
from the ones that you did. The one that you didn't want to do, which was the lady up on the Frank West Road that bought the house and then wanted an abatement because there was no plumbing left in it.
Right.
And you guys said no. I should have had you sign this. I've marked, the abatement requested is denied. You have 60 days from the date of the notice to receive an appeal. So, but I
Okay.
do need you to sign the 3 lines.
Okay. Do you have a pen?
Unless you change your mind.
No.
These two don't work.
Okay, well, let's share this one pen then.
Okay, because this
Oh.
one's kind of almost a felt tip more.
Do you want that one?
Yeah.
We don't have any minutes?
No.
We don't have any, no, I'm sure you have no agenda adjustments?
No.
No.
Adjustments, how do you spell adjustments?
That's correct. It's
No.
missing a D.
ADJ.
AH.
So we'll go right to the fire and rescue October report. Brent, you are up.
So, the month of October was fairly busy for the rescue side. I believe it was 17 and 7, I think was the numbers, for totals and then numbers answered. Fire department was a little bit, thankfully, lighter than it has been in the past, and that's a great thing. We've done we did a lot of training again this month, and we also were involved with the Carmel Days this year again, doing their Carmel Day Parade.
Yeah.
That went very well, and we are making plans accordingly now for this month coming. 467, we got Cody Sullivan, the chief for Herman, is coming over next week for me. We're gonna go over the CAF system that's on 467 and put it through a run and operational trial and error so we can all figure out how to work that thing properly. We won't be using it much obviously this late in the year, but we're just gonna give a training on everything and then we'll do a refresher in the spring.
Okay.
The couple of the things I do have for issues is also 467. The last three times that we've tried to start it, it is acting as though it's losing fuel. It's running back. It's taking a lot of turning it over to get it to start. So I've got to make appointments with CB Kenworth and have it brought in. I'm thinking that it's probably got a check valve that's leaking by or not closing off properly within the system. And 464 has just last week, for some reason, it kicked the check engine light on and it will not kick off. So it's something that is picked up a code that's, I've got to go get it looked at. So I just want to give you guys a heads up that that is going to be handled here accordingly very soon.
Okay.
The only other thing that I have for a question, because I kind of wonder where we're at, is the dry hydrants. I haven't really heard much. Are we still moving forward with the dry hydrants with Ed? I just haven't heard nothing from him.
They're probably
or-
finishing up paving, I bet.
Yeah, and we've got a couple of road jobs that we need to get finished up too, so,
Okay. You still
They-
planning on doing them this fall slash
yes,
winter? Okay.
yes,
Before it freezes?
So they are planning to, okay.
yep. Two of them, for sure, two of them, we wanna meet, Ed and I with you to
Yep.
discuss two of them before we move forward on them.
Okay.
The paving plant usually closes the 15th of the month. I
Yeah.
mean, it's been so warm, I'm sure they're right outstream.
I'm sure they're pounding out a lot of last minute jobs
Yeah,
now.
exactly, so, okay, was that it, Brent?
That is it, yes.
Okay, thank you. Library, I'm sure is fine, Gary's.
It's fine,
Yeah.
yep,
Animal control,
okay, so.
I'm sorry to see this.
Yes, me too. But she gave up all her towns.
Oh, she did.
She did. And I have spoke to Dixmont, and I have called Aetna. Dixmont, we're trying to see if we can't do something together,
Mhm.
because
That's yeah, they're in the same boat.
we did put a thing out on the e-news for any resident that might be interested in it, doesn't pay big money.
Yeah.
You know, and you have to get certified. But Crystal said, you know, she wouldn't leave us high and dry, you know, but she has taken a full-time job.
Yeah.
And Dixmont hasn't got back to me yet, or contacted me back again, as far as trying to do something. Aetna, when I called there, the girl that I needed to speak to wasn't in, so, and I didn't have a chance to.
Just out of curiosity, does Carmel have animal control officer?
They do,
Could we
yes.
sub to them, kind of thing?
Well, we'd have to contract with her if she's willing.
Yeah.
I haven't got that far. I was hoping the 3 towns that Crystal gave up,
Right.
we could join together.
Sure.
Because, you know, we don't wanna get into something. Our big thing is, we go to Bucksport, so, for a shelter,
Right,
but we're not a high call volume town.
right.
It's very, Crystal has told them all, you know, if you was to take Newburgh on, they're very quiet,
Yeah.
so. But I will update you the minute I find out
Okay.
anything.
All right.
Winterport has an animal control officer, but I don't think they have, I think they have a dog grade.
They don't have an animal control officer.
No, I met him.
No, he's actually resigned,
Oh.
just like Crystal did.
Yeah.
And they can't, I talked
Because
to
they didn't
Maureen
have a
and,
facility.
yeah,
Yeah,
he doesn't wanna do it anymore, but they can't find anybody.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
So,
Okay, so town manager, you are up.
alright, so I gave you the bank recs for September, the expense and revenue and general ledger as of 10/3,
Okay.
10/30, I mean. I wanted to let you know that the craftware went very well this past weekend, we made $414.
Nice. They had a lot of people show up.
Yeah, it was
It was so
wasn't
nice. I never.
crowded, it wasn't crowded, but it was a steady stream.
Yeah.
I think it was a little early, I think, and I talked to
It was so
Katie.
nice. I didn't. go
Yeah,
anywhere. Yeah.
I told Katie, I said, we need to get closer to, you know,
Maybe the
nobody was in the Christmas buying
Right.
spirit
First,
when
second
it's
week of
70
November.
degrees
Yeah.
out.
That's,
you know.
that's the hard part. Sure.
But, everybody liked it, everybody had fun,
Yeah.
everybody was appreciative.
Good.
I wanted to bring up, Jackie had brought up to me, so, we have a B schedule that has been in town for a building permit since I got here, which nobody has a problem with. I don't think we need to do anything with. But Jackie's had a couple of people that have failed to get permits for stuff. And we don't have anything on the books for a penalty.
See, we've done this before with that we had that one issue with the garage too close to the
Right.
269.
Right.
So let's
So I wanted to ask your opinion of, you know, would you be willing to implement a fine for people that don't get permits? Right now, she just has them make out a permit and they pay, but, you know, I mean, we need to keep track of this stuff with so much going on in town to make sure people are complying with the rules
Right.
and, you know, we don't get into another situation like we did on 69 with the garage.
How about, if they don't get a permit, double what it normally would have been, had they
That's
gotten
been
the permit?
what my past experience, what
Yeah.
towns have done, they double the permit fee.
Yeah, it's kind of like licensing your dog.
Yeah,
You
so,
you miss it, you pay more.
but I
That's-
just wanted to.
That's fine with me. I was
I mean,
thinking
people
whack them
don't
$500
realize,
plus
you
their
know, that
fee.
they need to, you know, if you're gonna do anything, come to the town and see if you need a permit. You know, it's better to do that and then have your neighbor, instead of having your neighbor call and say, hey, he's putting on a deck and, you know, does he have a permit for that? He's too close to my line.
Yeah. Do that in Hamden.
Yeah. So,
Stop work orders, cops show up, all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff happens.
yeah,
All over one phone call. That's all it takes.
yeah.
So yeah, that's, I mean,
So,
I'm fine with that.
I-
Brian?
Are you
Yeah,
okay
yeah,
with the
yeah.
double in the permit?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just put it
It
right
gives
on,
them incentive to get the permit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
We
is
must
it,
have to have a more formal thing than just a,
Yeah, I'll do
Yes.
something up for,
Put it on
I'll
the-
add it to our fee schedule,
yeah,
building
put it on the
permits.
website or whatever,
You know, failure to retain a permit will
Right.
result in double permit fees.
Do that.
Okay. Building security update.
I gave you, I believe, the
Yep.
quote.
Yep.
From Eagle Security, and that is to install 2 cameras on each corner of the building. And then I'd have to go buy a smart TV to hook it all into in here. I could have bought it from them, but I figured I had the option, I'd buy
Best
it
Buy.
myself.
Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about it, but I mean,
my feeling is that's an awful lot of money for what that is. Just before coming.
that's what I was just
looked
gonna
up
say. I don't know anything about what we're getting here.
It was,
Here's mine if you
no,
want.
I wrote some notes on my.
Oh, okay.
How long does it take to install it? 'Cause it's,
They didn't say.
Well, I want to say it was $900 for the machine. It was a 4 terabyte drive, and it had 9 cameras with expansion up to 18. So in addition to that, you'd have to have the installation, plus I suspect you'd have to buy extra cabling, because we got some long runs here. But I just think that's an awful lot of money for what you're getting.
Do we wanna shop it around a little bit, or do you, could we buy, I don't know anything about these systems, but I see them on Amazon a lot. Is there anything we could buy and set up?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Although I would think you'd want an electrician or somebody, you're gonna have to drill. I really think you want a wired system
Yeah.
other than wireless.
Alright.
But
Do you want me
something
to
that you're-
contact a couple of more security places?
You're gonna pay big money for a security place. What if you just call Will and show him a unit, see what he thinks and what he thinks for installation?
Can I ask you something? Do you think you could find something on Amazon that would be acceptable?
Yeah, B&H is where I buy all my stuff.
Okay,
and that's
why don't you
where I
find
get this
something and
price.
send it to her, a link?
My only question to that is, Brian, if something stops working, who do you call?
You'd probably have to call the electrician and just replace parts to it, but that's all these other places are gonna do.
and so whoever installs it, if they can,
Well, and if you pay, a lot of those systems that you see online are, I don't know, $1,500, I'll say. So if you buy, let's say we buy a system for $1,500, we pay somebody $1,500 to install it, and it lasts as long as this system would last. I don't know. I just,
I don't, I just, why I was looking at something like this, I mean, we have the one inside, and we have to maintain the cameras,
right.
you know,
And yours are wireless,
right?
right? And you have cards inside them to record to, do you know?
No, it records to my phone. Well, it must
No, you
record
can't.
in the camera because I can go back on my phone and look.
So you do have a history,
Yeah,
so there's a card in the camera
it
then.
must be.
So with that card, do you know if it records continuously or just when it's activated?
Just when it's activated.
If you check your settings on your app that
Yeah.
runs that, and see if there's a method of changing that recording to continuous, you might check that, because that might solve some of your problems. I know some of those wireless systems will do that.
Yeah.
Are we talking just inside cameras or
No,
outside?
these are outside,
These are outside cameras.
you know, but
Cindy, how many did you say? Two? Two
Cameras?
cameras on this system?
they'd be 8 altogether.
8 altogether? Okay, so we would have something on the backside for the,
There's 2 on each
on
corner.
each corner? Okay.
It was hard to tell from that quote too, what, what the cameras were. Is it something
Right.
that can be
He-
blown up, can you expand on the video to get license plate numbers on it and
What kind of
things like
quality the
that?
night vision is?
Granted, some of these that I'm speaking about, the quality isn't all that great for long distances.
Mhm.
They are 4K cameras, which is a high resolution camera.
Are we looking at, did you read this? Is this what you just?
That's what I was looking
Okay,
for. is
because
one
I
design.
don't see an awful lot of information.
No.
Install 8-channel NVR with 2T storage and 6 IP, 4 MPX cameras with IR and 2.8mm lens. It doesn't tell us if there's playback, how long it keeps it, if we could blow it up or anything. Maybe you could go back to this guy.
According to, whoops, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just, this, I don't feel like this is a lot of information from them.
It looks to me, if I'm reading what they're saying correctly, there's only 6 cameras, but it has the capacity to do 8 channels or 8
Oh, I see.
cameras.
Okay. Because it does say 6 back box or whatever that is.
But up top, you've got 6 IP, 4
Yeah.
megapixel, I assume there's
And it
probably
may be
4K.
6, but we did.
2 on
There's
each.
2 on that corner, one aims out this way, one aims down the side of the building, and then there's one here, down that way, and then down this side of the building, and then there's one here and one there aimed in the back of the building.
Right.
See, that's about $1,000 a camera.
Yeah, maybe, can you help her with this, or
Yeah,
can
yeah.
you look into that? I don't know anything about this stuff.
Me either.
More info, please.
Yeah.
Education.
I'm just amazed at the ring camera. I'm like, wow, I can talk through this. Hello? Hello?
Talk to the hand.
So, maybe you guys we could just table that for the moment?
Sure.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
And, tabled. You can email him back and just say I just feel like, we kind of feel like there's not an
Yeah.
awful lot of information. How long does it record?
And I'll let Brian talk to him.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
share
He knows what he's
his,
talking about
share
more
his
than I do.
response with Brian via email,
Yeah.
it's fine.
So,
Yeah, okay. All right, so nothing for cemetery, nothing for roads?
yep, update on projects for the roads is, so the North Road, again, over by Shirley Shannon's, it's washing out again. So I talked to Ed, and they're headed over. We're gonna do the same thing there that we did on Chapman Hill.
Rip wrap it?
No, we're gonna pave the edge of the right of way.
Okay.
What is happening over there is the mailman pulls into Mike Smith's
Right,
and rides the ditch all the way down to Shannon's.
and it's
So
pushing
the
it,
rain comes down the road and goes off and hits that tire mark on top of what's coming down the road. Mike Smith's driveway needs maintenance, which he's gonna do, he's gonna work with Wellman, so it's all done at the same time.
Yeah,
But he needs some gravel because his driveway is tipped like this.
yeah,
So all the water from up to his place is coming down his driveway, and all the water from the road is coming down, and it's all hitting there and running down, and it goes down the side of the road until it hits the first obstacle, which is those mailboxes.
right,
And it's taking out the side of the road.
right.
So they're gonna build out the edge of the road a little bit and pave the edge of the road.
Okay,
And then back up by Tony Tossi's driveway and Wayne Arbo's driveway, they're gonna, Tony's the same thing, water runs out of his driveway and right out onto the North Road. It's actually come down and he's put in a big piece of concrete in the hole that it's made. And so they're gonna rip wrap. So when that water comes down out of those driveways, it's not hitting the dirt and taking the dirt out, it's gonna hit that rip wrap.
yeah,
So they're doing that on both sides of Tony's and Wayne's driveways.
right.
And he was supposed to start last Wednesday or Thursday, but something must have happened and I didn't get a chance to call him.
Like I said, probably with this warm weather, they're
Yeah.
paving the,
Yeah.
to beat the band, so
So-
it's all good. Okay, all right. So, new business, town policies, the sign.
Yeah, you guys accepted these last time, but I didn't get you to sign a signed
Okay.
copy.
This was the contract with Honeywell.
No, this is the policies that we adopted.
Oh,
So I need you to sign each one.
oh, this is
of
the
them if you
boiler
would.
maintenance contract.
Yeah.
Okay.
Surely you remember that.
Surely I do. Somehow, some way. Don't you, I hope. Oh, there's too much stuff kicking around in my head, Brian. Is that it? The top three?
No, there's
Oh,
all
there's
kinds of them there.
Oh, all right. Well, you guys go ahead, I'll just keep on signing.
So,
We only have one pen that works, so I'm gonna bogart it till I'm
you can
done.
use my pen too. You want to do them together?
Okay, here's a pen for you.
That one will bleed through. Wow, my name came first.
That means you're responsible
That's
for
right,
it.
there you go. I was just gonna say, be
It's
careful
never-
what you wish
It's
for.
never good to have your name on there first.
But we don't want them looking for us.
You don't have a pen, do you?
No, you have it.
Okay. All right.
You got a pencil, a highlighter, an eyebrow pencil.
Get out the eyebrow
I have
pencil.
no
Here, I'll
help
switch
at
with
all.
you. All right. There. I even let you have the good chair tonight, you notice that?
I did.
Still digging on me. I kept the
I saw-
I kept the front chair.
She wants something.
I saw it the other day and I thought she was gonna accuse me of moving it over there.
I still think you did it, but. Pretty close, huh?
Man, boy, are they some. There's quite a spread in those.
Oh, I thought you weren't getting those.
Just making sure it didn't miss
Okay.
any.
All right. There you go. Whose pen?
That'd be mine.
Okay.
Nice pen.
Thanks. I knew I had more pens. That's a pencil.
Tucked away.
Steal a couple out of the. Oh, jeez. I guess you do.
You guys want to borrow a pen? I just thought of this.
You pick those up wherever you go?
She keeps reaching out too
Those are
much for her. She's
pencils.
gonna grab
Pencils.
Brian and pull him up through.
Right out of his chair.
These are my favorite. So I have to hide them.
I was just saying, those are going back in.
I have to hide them.
Okay,
Guy
so
doesn't come around as much as he used to.
propane tank, no update.
No, I haven't found anybody yet to paint it. And we were at 55%, so we've, you know, it's been 2 years since they haven't delivered and we're at 55%. So I'm thinking it's not a
It's
rush.
not an urgent matter. Exactly. All right, so let's talk about boiler maintenance contract. Three
Okay.
quotes. Honeywell is the most expensive,
Yep,
and that's who we've been having, right?
well, that's who has maintained it.
Yeah.
And that's
But
out
in-
of Westbrook.
In reading
Yeah.
the other ones, I do not see where the other two will remotely monitor this system
Oh.
like Honeywell does.
I see, that's the,
I think that's what the big difference is.
okay.
But how important is that?
Well, for a school system, it might be important, but for us, it might not be that important, actually. I mean, if there's a storm and the power goes out, we know that the power's out. There's a backup generator here
Yep,
for long-term.
yep,
This is the heating system, right, basically?
and the air
Air ducts.
systems. But, yeah, I don't know how important it is to do it either. We have Eagle Security here, which has a temperature alarm on it, so if the building goes below a certain
Certain
temperature, they're gonna
temperature.
call me.
That would take care of it.
Um,
Then we'll have the fire department just down the drive.
yeah,
We can blow them up down there.
yeah. Yep. So, that was the only difference that I seen between the three of them.
I kind of like how ABM has listed the operating inspection, what they're doing for that.
And they're local. Correct? You see the
They're all over
pictures
the-
all over.
They're all over the place.
Yeah,
ABM is.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've heard of the other two, but not this one.
ABM, main mechanical services, same thing. I mean, they've got offices locally, but. Well, they've got quite a description in it right there.
And they have technicians close at hand, not in Westbrook.
Any thoughts, you guys?
I kind of pushed Honeywell aside for,
Me too,
Me too.
simply because of the cost.
yeah. I kind of, have a theory about not going with the cheapest and not going with the most expensive and just taking the
Yeah.
middle, the guy in the middle,
Yeah.
because that's usually your best bet, but, that's just my thoughts.
I can understand
I mean, they've got quite a, they say our engineering department is available for consultation on topics such as system efficiencies, indoor air quality, equipment condition and development of standards for system operation. You know, they've got emergency service 365, 365 days a year.
Is that what you were thinking, Brian?
What?
The middle ground?
that. Mechanical
Yeah,
services.
for,
I know one of the guys that's a technician there too,
which one?
Alan.
No, I mean, which
Oh,
contract?
mechanical services. Yeah.
That's kind of what I was going on, was the reputation.
Yeah. His wife's a mayor of Bangor.
Ooh.
Let me rethink this then.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was her turn.
Yeah, yeah.
Mechanical definitely holds a very good reputation for what they do.
They also have a note in here, I'm just reading this to make sure. Town of Newburgh may terminate this agreement at any time if mechanical services defaults in its performance of this agreement after giving us written notice of intent to terminate. If within 30 days following the receipt of such notice, mechanical services fails to meet its obligations, Town of Newburgh may by written correspondence terminate the agreement.
Pretty much right up front.
So would you like, you guys want a motion? Do you have anything else you want to discuss here, or?
Just $1,000 difference.
$1,000 between,
Well,
Two and three.
the 3-year, is this a 3-year, are they both 3-year contracts?
I don't know.
3 years, 1976, 3-year payment total,
ABM is 3 years, and this one was like 20,
28,
2818.
80 per year.
It was broke down into invoicing.
Yeah, mechanical services 2,800 for 1 year. Is that what we're looking at here?
Yep.
And 1,800 for 1 year.
Of course, too, this mechanical services is doing a semi-annual service visit, whereas the other one's doing one by the looks, 2 inspections.
Yeah, I thought I read in here it's gonna do an additional service visit. Right here, 1 additional visit during the heating season will be scheduled to perform an operational inspection of all covered heating equipment. So there's probably an annual inspection, and then there's 2 inspections.
Yeah, but it also says right with the annual, with the pricing on page 4
Yeah.
that payments are due completion of each semi-annual service visit.
So there's 2 visits a year.
That's, yeah, that's the way I read it.
Yeah.
And total number of inspections, 2. 1 major inspection, 1 operating inspection.
So ABM doesn't say that though.
Right here.
ABM says 1 major inspection. Oh, no,
Yeah, but
ABM's got two inspections too.
Yeah, but isn't inspection different than service visits?
Well, operating inspection, they've got major inspection when they
Right.
first sign the contract, and then they've got an operating inspection, and then this says 1 additional visit during the heating season, we scheduled to perform an operational inspection. So they're both operating inspections during the
Check
heating
clean
season.
main burner assembly that tells what, it's not just as saying, yep, there it is. It has, some maintenance.
Well, we could try the lower cost one and see how they hold up, or, you know.
Now, if they don't hold up, what are,
I don't know about their termination.
because the other one's pretty well cut and dried as far as mechanical services. Standard terms and conditions. Specific exclusions. Might want to take a closer look at that.
Where do you see the specific exclusions?
So-
This is ABM?
Yeah, ABM. Next to the last page.
Oh, right there, that cabinets, ductwork, air balance, insulation, water piping, drain lines, steam lines, condenser, evaporator, heat exchangers, gas furnaces, boilers, chillers, etc., mold, electrical wiring or safety devices, items beyond the equipment itself, repairs due to freezing or voltage problems, changes, repairs, or corrections to equipment due to the design, code, or insurance requirements. Thoughts?
Brian's checking out their reviews.
Okay.
It looked like a pretty big place.
ABM, they are.
Hmm.
They're all over.
They're all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. They do a lot of, commercial work, both these companies
Oh,
do.
I guess my thought is go the cheaper one.
Alright, well, you know what, it's only 1 year. You can come up with your opinion of them, I mean, you have to deal with them directly. So, if we,
Have you got a preference?
Nope.
I,
I would have, but the Honeywell company, the guy that has been with them, that has maintained this system since I've been here, no longer works for them.
oh, okay,
So that would be my only thing, because I know he knows this system.
right.
So anybody coming in, even from Honeywell or ABM or the other one,
It's gonna be.
it's all new.
It's all
It's all
new.
gonna be new,
Alright.
so.
I'm under the impression it's not a complicated system, it's a,
No,
no, okay. Alright, it's a big old hot air furnace,
no, it's a boiler.
boiler.
It's a boiler. That's as big as this room, pretty much. It's in a room this big.
Well, I'll have to enlighten myself, I've never seen the boiler here. Alright, so we wanna go with ABM?
I'm good with that.
You
Make
are?
a motion?
Okay, yeah. I'll make a motion that we have Cindy sign a contract with ABM Mechanical for the boiler maintenance contract.
Second?
Second, all in favor? 3-0. Okay. Anything under old business, Cindy, you wanna go through?
New fire station.
Yes, we are.
So, I have a couple of things. Before I do that, shoreline zoning map update, number 4, under new business. So this, to make a long story short, the company that we're having do our digital mapping, GIS, bought out Sewell's
Okay,
quite a few years ago. Their mapper, who did our shoreline zoning map. So the planning board needs that map updated. So, GIS gave us a quote, it's an hourly because, you know, it's not gonna take a lot of time, but they, you know. So this is what they gave for a price on the back.
this is what you gave us, right?
Yes.
Okay,
So if you could agree to vote and agree to sign that, the planning board can get their shoreline zoning map updated.
yeah, I'm all set with that. They're struggling and,
Yeah.
they need to, they're working hard at it, so.
But they have the map, they've
Right.
just gotta update it, so
Right.
it shouldn't be too costly.
Right, so,
That's basic, and Aaron's really good, he lives in town, he doesn't want his taxes to go up, so he's not gonna let him.
I'm fine, so, what kind of, you need a motion to
Yep,
sign
to
this?
sign that contract right
Okay,
there.
so I'll make a
Did
motion.
they say how many hours they expect
They
it
don't
to
know,
be?
that's
They
what they
don't
don't know.
They don't know, but administration is 90, GPS data collection is 160, staff travel time is $90, so those are hourly rates, 90,
Yes.
160, 90, I bet I'm sure they're fairly standard.
Yeah.
Additional costs to be added to cover expenses either for being on-site or materials.
I don't think they have to be on site here for anything, do they? No. And they already
That's
have,
just their standard boilerplate.
they already have their map, the map in the system.
Right, they have the map in the system, and, you know, if we don't do it with them, we have to find somebody else, and they're gonna start from scratch, and it's gonna cost
Sets us
us.
right back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion that we, you need a motion, you said?
Yes.
Make a motion that we sign this, I guess it's a commitment for services, it's not really a contract, commitment for services to get the shoreline zoning maps updated with CAI Technologies, it looks like.
Second.
Second, all in favor? 3-0, okay. I'll sign. Brian's already pushed it over here. Well, that's good, like I said,
No,
this,
we need 3 signatures, yeah. All right, new fire station.
okay,
So Bud and I picked out a color, it's
okay.
gonna be red,
Oh, how about that?
it has a gray roof, white trim.
Good.
They have ordered the building and the set delivery is February.
Perfect.
They are due to, start the groundwork.
No,
They got last Wednesday, or this Wednesday. Dig Safe was here today, so, my question to you is, I had thoughts on a groundbreaking. I've talked to the gentleman at, Jeff's office. He's gonna look into it, cause Jeff's done it more than anybody. He'll get back to me, he said generally what it is, just a pile of dirt. They'll do a lot of good.
I want to see a ribbon cutting.
Well, that will.
that's right. First we gotta get a building to cut it.
Do a
ribbon.
groundbreaking, and then we'll do
Yeah.
it, the ribbon
Yeah,
cut.
that's optimistic.
So, my question to you is, are you all in favor of doing this? Does involve being on TV,
Not for
How-
us.
notifying the press, oh yeah.
Are they going to have big
nail with that
equipment
shovel.
on site
Huh?
Are they gonna have big equipment on site, or are we all gonna stand around with a shovel?
You
Stand around with a shovel.
I'd rather see a big piece of equipment and
That's what,
call
that's
that
what,
the
that's
groundbreaking.
what a groundbreaking is we all stand around with,
Shovel.
shovel. Some people paid them gold, I just don't think we need to go that far, but.
Can I bring my own?
So, as long as you're okay with it, I'll proceed with organizing it.
Okay, I'm okay with it, but if I have to show up, Brian has to show up. That's all I have to say about that. See, I got the bad chair too.
That's the
I'm the
mean
one
chair.
taking pictures.
So, I will continue on and I know,
You can talk to Jeff and see what he says and just let us know.
yeah,
But yeah, it's kind of a
Yeah.
big deal.
it is.
We could actually drop Susan
I
Cox.
think it's a way to get the word out, yeah, we are building and we should be breaking ground any day.
Yeah.
So,
Are you gonna notify people of this groundbreaking?
groundbreaking,
The-
try not
the
to,
people
but
in the
yeah.
town? No.
You could put, like you said, you could put it on the website. I don't care if
Yeah.
anybody shows up. Just it'll be on the news.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully get the same shot they got of me last time, the back of my head. So, I will keep you up to date. So, other than that, we have no updates on,
I've
Well, we
got
can
one
make
more,
Brent front and center.
I got one more thing too while we're on fire. I forgot to tell you or ask of it. The generator out back of the fire station is acting up again because it got water down through that roof on the shed. I gotta have that repaired.
Get a nice tap.
Well, here's the thing, you bought me a gallon of tar, and a couple of the guys were going to do it, but everybody was under the impression that when it came to work on stuff for the fire department, it wasn't to be done by the firefighters anymore. So they wanted a definite okay that they could do this.
I don't know where they're getting this information.
I was gonna say.
I don't know, it's when we were talking
We
about
can
fixing
talk about
trucks
it
and
tomorrow.
that kind of stuff,
We
so.
can talk about it
It's kind of
tomorrow.
splitting hairs.
Yeah.
Oh, it is, I'm just
it's just-
passing on because nobody seems to wanna get up on the roof and patch any holes, but
This roof is this high.
I got Gary,
They could get a step ladder that could get up
I got
and roll
Gary
it on.
that's gonna fix the generator for me over to Etner Small Engines.
Okay.
So I've gotta take it back, we just did this last year and it was full of water and ice.
One more year.
Yes,
One
trust
more
me,
year.
this is the last
That's
winter
it.
that I'm hoping
Yeah.
I have to deal with
I
this.
hear you. Totally get it.
Yep, so that was the only other thing
I'll let
that
you
I
two
had.
work that out.
Yeah,
So,
it's not gonna be a big deal.
Anything else, Brian?
Nope.
Nope. All right, I guess we, I'll let, let's see what time it is. It is 6:46. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Too late.
Oh, wait a
It's
minute.
too late.
Hold on just a second.
Okay, we're gonna rescind that motion.
Yes. So I have one more thing.
Okay.
I
Better
don't know
not
if
be
you
bad.
want to discuss this tonight. I just received this in an email.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Did they write this?
Yes.
Okay.
Can we take it and look at it?
Well, I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
let's read this.
Yeah, we gotta digest this, because I don't think you can trust them.
Well, she wants to meet with me.
Who's she?
Dawn Moore. She runs the pre-K program. I want to call Heath and meet with Heath.
You should, I'm reading this, you should.
Because some of it's okay, but it doesn't fix the problem of doing stuff and then asking.
Afterwards.
Right.
Right. This is just saying, you know, what we'll do, what we won't do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think, first of all, they should be writing it. They will write it.
yeah.
So we can go through this
I
and
mean, most of it
redline it.
I think would be okay. I'm just, the kitchen thing just really bothers me. You know,
Yep,
the kitchen thing, they've got a refrigerator they supposedly took out of here that they could use, but it's being stored somewhere,
tell them bring it back.
and then, you know, if they bring it back, and that's the thing, she says in here, that anything that they remove or take out, that we will be responsible to store. We have no room to store this stuff, you know?
The fire
They're
station,
not gonna be telling us whose responsibility it is.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
not up to her.
That's, yeah. The other thing is they, anything they do, what she's saying in this is anything that they do, or anything they put in that is permanent, such as playground
Yes.
equipment or anything,
I saw
will
that.
stay. But they'll take the swing seats that they
Swing
just
seats,
replaced.
Swings,
You know,
removable
There's
equipment, storage
swing areas,
boxes.
and I think I need to call Heath and have him come over, and him and I go up to that playground and show them what they've done,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I
And
would
now they
have,
want us to agree that
Um,
they're gonna be able to haul it all out of here.
yeah, I would
I
have
don't
Heath.
think that's cool, I don't.
Is this, did you get this in an email?
I did today.
I would email it, forward it to Heath and talk, you know, write him an
Yep.
email. And then maybe you two meet,
Yeah,
and then maybe he comes to this meeting with these people.
yeah,
And we could put this memorandum of understanding from the town of Newburgh.
And she should have dated it and signed it.
yeah. Well,
Well, this is just, I'm sure this is a draft.
it is, she wants to
This is-
meet
she
with
wants
me
us
to
to,
go over
she
it.
wants us
More
to
on the
agree to
back.
it, is what she
She
wants.
wants to meet with me to go over it.
Mm.
And I don't think they understand how this whole works, because I can't sign this like they can,
No,
without your permission.
I think they have misunderstanding between tenant and landlord.
So, I just, you know, I've been really frustrated with a lot of the stuff. We agreed to let her put the closet in the other room. There's still no trim on it, and there's still no door on it. The teacher hung a curtain up to it. I mean, I'm gonna take Heath and show him this stuff and show him that back room that we did, with the understanding that if we didn't buy this building, we were out.
Mm.
When we did that fire room back there, we did almost identical, made that closet, there's a door on it, the room's trimmed, the room was painted, you know.
It was all finished, in
It
other
was.
words, so
It
that
was.
it meets the standards of the rest of the building, which
Yes.
they should be meeting,
Right,
honestly.
yes.
I mean,
So,
you can't come in here and just
yeah.
slap something together and
Right.
leave it for us to take care
Well,
of.
the teacher came to me the other day in the middle classroom, there's a little kid sink. And they use it for the kids to wash their hands and stuff, which is fine. She came to me and she wasn't sure where she went to, but the sink was falling off the wall. It's coming off the wall, so I went and looked at it. Well, I don't know if they cemented it to the wall or what, but it was pushing loose. Of course, the kids get up there and lean on it and stuff like that. So I was gonna I called Nichols to see if they'd come look at it, and it was like 2 or 3 weeks out, they're booking
Yeah.
appointments. And so I had that and my lovely pump over there. So I ordered the pump myself and did that myself, but I called the maintenance supervisor down at the school about the sink. Well, they were gonna come out and check it out. So I went over there today, and he just lifted it up and put 2 shims under the back of it. Well, no, there's something wrong, the sink's falling off the wall, we gotta find out why and fix it. So, I haven't sent that email yet. But it just, you know,
Being a landlord's exciting.
yeah. You should have this job, you're used to this.
Put it right
I
up
get
here.
really frustrated with
Kids.
people.
Mm.
I just don't want the town, at the end of this whole lease thing, to be left with a dump.
Yeah.
You know, if something's broke, we're gonna fix it, we're gonna fix it.
Well,
right.
and in all honesty, they are using the sink.
Yeah.
That's something they're using,
yeah.
something they installed, something they're using on
No,
a
they
regular
didn't
basis.
install it, it's part of the building.
How about
They're
just
using it.
remove the sink?
Huh?
How about just remove the sink?
You
They
know,
have
I
to-
just don't want the town to be left with
All
junk.
all these little repairs and stuff,
You know,
yeah, I agree.
If we're gonna do it right. That closet. That closet needs a door on it, needs trim on it.
Right,
You know, there's kids in that classroom with open wallboard.
yeah,
And it looks crappy.
yeah. And bring Heath over and walk him around, actually,
Yeah.
let him take a look at
Yeah.
it. I don't think you're being unreasonable
And
to ask
we'll
them.
have a new school board member on there after
Tomorrow.
election
Yeah.
tomorrow.
I don't think you're being unreasonable asking them to finish the closet.
No,
Or
you have
re-
every right to as a landlord.
Right,
You have
repair
every
the
right to
sink.
demand that they finish and
Exactly.
not leave.
They're just not
things.
in the, used to be in the position of being told what to do.
Oh, pass them back a list of stuff that they need to address.
Well, it's like the refrigerator, you know?
Yeah.
Sure, bring it back.
It's
Yeah.
Take
not
yours
as
somewhere
though
else and start hauling food.
It's not
Because
as-
ours is going back in the back room. That's my thought process. You know, it had no right taking it to begin with.
Right, there was no discussion on that.
No,
They just took
no, the truck showed up.
Yeah.
I just,
Pretty good.
We have to give them parameters. Because otherwise you're gonna walk all over you.
Yeah, because
thanks.
we're not going to sign, I'm not signing that, and like Brian said, maybe we should be the one typing that up and putting it out there.
Well, when I had the
Well,
meeting
no.
with Nick and Bill, and the swing set came up and all of that stuff, because they replaced all the seats on the swing.
There you go.
Somebody should have said something, you know, just like when we did the stove. I don't know if any of you were here or not, but there used to be one of those big, huge gas Vulcan stoves, with a
Commercial,
griddle and everything out there. Well, nobody used it, didn't have gas, so Emil and the town manager at the time, Serena, came to an agreement. Somehow, I wasn't part of it, but they worked together and they get rid of the big one and the town purchased the electric stove that's out there. You know, and that's like what I'd like to see happen,
Well,
you know?
you should say that to them, because them just doing something to a building they don't own, or moving things, or
Yeah.
taking things, is not how the landlord-tenant
I
agreement
think anything they
works.
put in is permanent, stays, period.
Right.
Whether it's the playground or
Right.
I mean,
fixtures.
Yeah, I think it's pretty petty that you would take the seats off the swings.
Yeah, and it says it in here if you read it.
Yeah, I know. I think that's a little much.
And I explained to them, because there's a swinging unit up in the fence. And they replaced their swings, but they're not these type, the kids sit on them and do this. And they replaced those, brand new change, brand new swings. And I explained in that meeting, I said, you guys weren't here, but you had no right taking or doing anything in that playground, even before this building belonged to the town. Well, what do you mean? I said, because that playground was purchased, that fenced-in area, the equipment in it was all purchased by the town and the school together, with the understanding that if the town bought the building, they owned all of it, but if the town didn't, their share went with the RSU.
So that, there needs to be some clarification there, I mean.
Yeah. And I've met with Heath once and explained this and made a lot of headway. But I think I need to meet with him again, because the majority of this I don't agree with.
Exactly.
I don't agree with. So I will
And then
do that and,
I say again, they shouldn't be writing that, we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so maybe we should,
Do something to say back at ya.
yeah,
Yep.
As the owner of the building and the landlord,
This is what we're willing
This
to
is
do.
this is what we would like to see
But
happen.
I'm not even sure you wanna phrase it as though it's a negotiable stance. I mean, there's set criteria in how a landlord acts with the tenant, correct? And what real estate laws are,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Why should we not just
You
apply
can't,
that to
you're not
this?
supposed to alter the property, it's
Right.
not yours, you don't
Right.
own it,
Right,
right?
Yep.
In any way, shape or form. Wallpaper.
yeah.
But our lease does say that they can paint and that sort of stuff,
Right,
Yep.
right.
but,
But removing kitchen
Right.
equipment or
Right.
playground equipment is not covered under that. I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
it's
and for them,
not theirs.
them to set that out and it's kind of like, hey.
no.
So, all right.
All right, now you can.
Okay.
It all rolled out.
You got anything else under that notebook?
All right. So it is
Debated, do I wanna do this one?
6:58 PM and I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second, all in favor,
What time
3-0.
was that?
Thank you.